time for breakfast.
The ultimate breakfast. Century. All four.
Yeah, I think that's
Hello and good morning. Welcome to a work day in my life as a security analyst working on the road. So if you guys are new to my channel, hi, my name is Sandra. I'm currently working full-time while going on a cross-country road trip, and this has been one of my bucket list things that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and this trip was more than a year in the planning, so I'm really excited to kind of take you guys along with me. But I am still working full-time. I'm taking some PTO throughout this trip, so that is how we're doing it, and of course the fact that we are working remotely. But for today we are actually in Arizona. But yeah, today is a Monday, so Mondays are typically my slower meeting days. I actually had 2 meetings on my calendar, and this morning they disappeared and were rescheduled, so I currently have no meetings today, which is honestly not that often. Typically I'll have at least 1 meeting per day. On Mondays I'll usually have 1 or 2, and Tuesdays and Thursdays are my heavy meeting days. In my current role, I do not have as many meetings compared to my previous job working in a cybersecurity rotation program. I had probably 5 to 6 hours of meetings per day, and that was very, very crazy. So this morning I'm basically looking through my email, my messages, for anything that may have come up over the weekend. And one kind of exciting thing, I'm actually on call now, or we're doing on call now, so that may be something I could share a little bit more about my experience on. But I really think that this will highly depend on the team, especially if, for example, if you have all your team on the East Coast, then you probably will have a harder time dispersing those on-call hours for, you know, evenings and later hours in the night. But personally for my team, we are actually pretty spread out, I would say. Not as spread out as, you know, an international team, but we're pretty spread out. So I think that definitely helps a little bit with the hours of on-call. So I'll be happy to share a little bit more about that later in this video. And yeah, right now I'm just looking through my ticketing queue and seeing if there's anything that came up. Nothing specific from what I've seen. I have 2 tickets that are currently assigned to me that I'm currently working on. They're both on vulnerabilities. For those of you who don't know, I work as a security analyst, and honestly every day kind of looks different. Some days it's many meetings, other days it's just working on ticketing queues, other days it's working with other teams for cross-functional projects, and I also have a few projects that are assigned to me specifically, so a lot of my time is also spent dedicated to those long-term projects as well. Hopefully this gave you a little bit of an intro. I've been rambling for like 5 minutes now, so I will get on with my day and probably catch up with you guys a little bit later. Another FYI though is the fact that we are currently working East Coast hours, so right now it's 10 a.m. East Coast and I'm online, but it's technically like 7 a.m. local time, and we usually wake up around 5 a.m. local time because of that 3-hour difference. Actually around 4:30 a.m. local time this morning, but okay, so this is what Mondays typically look like for me. I'm reviewing through all of my emails from the weekend. I usually don't get too many emails overnight, but over the weekend I do seem to have some pile up, and the fact that I had Friday off, so yeah, basically a day I was MIA, and I just made a to-do list of things I have to look over and review a vulnerability report from over the weekend, look into one of the vendor products, and of course working on my assigned tickets. Those are like my 3 priorities for the day. Typically on Mondays I already have a to-do list for myself. I basically have this like rolling to-do list that I always have ongoing, but because I have so many emails and things kind of like piling up over the weekend, I just made this new list and I'm gonna work on those today. Also because typically when I look through my emails, I'll get some kind of little to-dos or like things that I need to remember, reminders basically, and I also use those as a guide for what I need to work on for the day. But also because I'm using PTO for the rest of the week, I want to get these things wrapped up before I go out of office. So that is basically going to be my day without any meetings, but let me double check, because you never know when something pops up. So technically I have 1 casual chat meeting. I think this is something that you'll see a lot in companies that have remote teams, where there may be some like kind of like water cooler, I would say, meetings on the calendar for different groups in the company. They're usually times for people to catch up, not necessarily on work things, but more so just quote unquote water cooler talk, where we're just like talking about casual things. I sometimes join those when I can, but if I have a busy day, then I typically will not be able to hop on. Okay, so I have basically done a lot of my work already, which is really nice. Or specifically gone through like my report. Actually there are a few of them I had to review. Things are basically passed on to another team, so that's good on my end. I'll just wait on a response. Haven't really felt like Mondays, like it feels like a Sunday right now. I just happen to be doing some work. I like that it actually slows down things because we're doing like kind of slow travel at this point. Typically when I go on vacation or something, I usually have like a week or two off, and using that time we try to cram as much as possible into the workday, or not into the workday, into the days, so that, you know, we're taking the most of our PTO. And now that we're able to like slow travel and be able to like be in a location for a long time, be able to travel to different restaurants, be able to walk around, be able to see like how people who locally live here live their lives, it's actually very comforting. It's really nice. And after work today, we're actually going to either Horseshoe Bend or Antelope. No, I think we're on Horseshoe Bend because we have a tour for Antelope. And yeah, I'm just really excited to go. I've seen a lot of pictures, and we're very big on national parks. It looks like it's part of Glen Canyon and Grand Canyon. But as I mentioned, Mondays I feel like are typically my slower days, also because I don't have meetings. So essentially, as you can see, we have our cats with us, and we also are not only going through like national park areas, but we're also going to major cities that we wanted to visit. So I think by now you have already seen the Denver vlog. Basically from here we're going to a few national parks, and then we're going to California, and basically just like making our way to different cities that we wanted to visit, and all the national parks and different park areas along the way. We have two of our cats with us, Bella and Koji, and they do really well actually on road trips. We do have some anti-nausea medication that our vet gave us for the road trip specifically, and we might restock on that when we get to LA. But otherwise, they've been very, very good in the car. They have access to the litter box as well, which I think is very important. And we'll stop, especially if it's like a long term, more than 4 to 6 hours, then we'll stop for like food and water. Koji is a bit picky, so the main thing he'll eat in the car is Tiki Cat, which is like this wet food kind of thing. It's like a food topper. So another thing that I wanted to do is work on a playbook for one of the projects that I'm working on, especially because, for example, this week when I'm out of office, anyone else on my team has had experience using the tool in the way that I did for the specific project that I'm working on. So I'm gonna create some like step-by-step guides for what to do when you see certain things. Basically, it's just what to do with a report when it comes, and then I'm gonna share that with my team for review, any questions and stuff like that. Like I mentioned in a lot of my work vlogs, most of cybersecurity is not just sitting here and, I don't know, like doing red team or blue team stuff. A lot of it is writing documentation and guides and reading reports. In fact, that's a big part of it. At least as a security analyst, I'm sure if you're like an engineer or working networking or something, you probably have a lot more hands-on technical things that you're doing. Yeah, that is going to be my day. I'm probably going to be working on that this afternoon, or at least get started on it. Yeah. They're playing Korean music outside. It tells me something. It really does. It has this stuff. Fig bars. Cheap.
Not 1 for 10.
Guys, in Utah, we got so ripped off. We bought one box of fig bars for $10.
I'm gonna get that.
So sad. $3.49. Man, it's just windy out there. Look at these trees blowing in the wind. There's an ice cream place across the street.
How do you know?
Big Dipper ice cream.
It's a little taller.
Guys, we came home to a horrible crime. Someone ripped through the bag of treats. Bella. My chunky girl, I know it was her. Taste test this food.
You have more snack in your bag, so here too.
Honestly, not bad. This looks really good.
What do you think?
It's a bit watered down, but it's not bad. Fried chicken.
Yeah, I got spicy for sure.
guys, so we are about to wrap up for the day, and I just finished all of my to-dos for the day, which is always a good thing. I'm always really excited when I get everything to do done. Sometimes if things roll over, it's obviously okay as long as there's no pressing deadlines. We were originally going to go to Horseshoe, but it is very, very windy outside, and I mean, we could probably still go. I just don't know how safe it would be to like stand by the edge of Horseshoe when it's so busy. It literally, the wind was like literally almost blowing me over just right outside in the parking lot. Maybe it's just always this windy in Arizona. I don't really know. But in Page, we definitely could have just done 2 days. It just so happens the way we scheduled it, our tour for Antelope Canyon is, I think 2 days from now. So, and it's fully booked up, so we can't even reschedule. So either way, we're gonna be here for 3 days. And after that, Grand Canyon is our next stop. So very exciting stuff. If you guys are interested in following along, I'm posting most of the travel vlogs on my second channel, which is mostly for like vlogs, travel content. So definitely check that out. It is linked below always. I'll be posting most of our vlogs, travel vlogs on there. And they'll be coming out a lot sooner than these ones because just of the way I edit really slowly on my main channel. On my second channel, I'm like a little bit faster with editing. Alright guys, this is the fit. I just threw on a sports bra. I like this one because it kind of looks like you could wear it as a normal top too. And also this whole fit matches my jacket, which is also this like creamish blue color. And then these are just workout shorts. Since this is technically kind of like a hike, or not a hike, but you know.
Good job.
Damn, you destroyed the chicken.
What's going on, guys?
One of my teammates also messaged me to get something worked on, and I just finished that, and that is that for the day. Actually, I still have like, I did respond to one last email before I went. Really like having inbox 0 where I have no unread emails. So every time I see like even one email pop up, I get really OCD about it, and I always turn it to 0. Or at least write it down on my to-do list so then I can make it 0 and then it's on my to-do list to follow up on. Otherwise, if it's something easy, I'll just get it done right away. But I finished all my tickets that I was working on. Everything was like vulnerability related today for the most part. Yesterday we came from Zion and we got this Juji fruit candy from Fred Harvey, and it is so good if you like a chewy fruit snack. It's so chewy. Can't forget to reapply sunscreen. Alright, Horseshoe Bend, here we come. Exciting stuff. 2 in each jacket. The eye dripper. Guys, there's some people pushing that car. I guess it ran out of gas? $10. A lot of RVs here. I've never experienced wind like that in my life. There's sand everywhere in my ears. Oh my god, there's so much sand in my ears. That's gross. If you go to Horseshoe Bend, I mean, it looked really pretty looking down, but I would recommend not wearing shorts even if it's summer because the wind, you never know. It's gonna blow sand everywhere, and it feels like it's like it hurts a lot because the wind is just weaponizing the sand.
Yep. Can I add some sides to it?
Okay, so this one is just the sandwich.
Very excited for this taste test. So we got cornbread and a shredded chicken sandwich and then 2 cornbreads. My cornbread looks amazing. And then ribs, chicken sandwich, beef brisket sandwich. I'm just gonna, wow. Wow, came with honey. Are you supposed to eat cornbread with honey? I just eat it plain. That's good cornbread. I'm glad we got 2.
Let me just have a bite.
I have to dip, so the ribs were definitely pre-cooked. Or, it makes sense. Most stuff at barbecue is pre-cooked.
think they'll get away with it.
Guys, I almost forgot to close you guys out. Oh my gosh. How foolish of me. So it is 9 o'clock in our EST time and we are getting ready to sleep. Even though the sun is still technically outside. It sounded weird when I said it. But yeah, right now technically it's 6 o'clock local time. And I'm still combing sand out of my hair even though I washed it. Thank you guys so much for watching and coming along with me on this day. Let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments below and I will be happy to answer them. Let me know also if you guys have any specific video topics that you would like to see in the future. I am currently traveling on the road, but I have a backlog. I'm adding videos to that list. I know there were some of you guys who asked me to make certain videos like probably a month or two ago, and I swear they are coming. They are literally being like queued up in my editing schedule. So they're coming, I promise. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I post videos every Wednesdays and Sundays at 12 p.m. And next time you see this, or next vlog that you see, will probably be in a different city, a different state, same time zone though probably. But yeah. Oh, and don't forget, if you guys want to follow along with the travel vlogs, be sure to check out my second channel. It is specifically where I'm going to be putting travel. And hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.